So in this video I'm going to show you some editing tips. I can't go through everything because there's quite a lot you can do with Elementor, but hopefully this will help you get started. I think I said in the description that I was going to add in a title. I would then add in a content section, an image, and then create some sections that the contents title can link to using some menu anchors, so you'll be able to see how a content section would work. So as you can see, I've created a new blank page. There's a video before that shows you how to create a new page in the right format, so please do go and look at that. I think it's the first video on this page if you're not sure how to do it. So once you get there, you're going to put your title here. So I'm going to put all about me as the title, and then I'm going to delete. In fact, I'm going to delete this text section. Thank you. It's telling me to right click, which I'm going to do. So you can right click on this text section which I want to get rid of, and press delete. And over here I'm going to add in an inner section. So what you do is you select your inner section, you drag it over, and you wait. So you sort of wave it about until you get a blue bar to add it into. That's slightly wrong. So you want the blue bar just below all about me. So as you can see, it's gone slightly wrong here. This does happen sometimes. Sometimes that blue bar does come in. So to get rid of this, I'm just going to press update so that it saves my changes, because this may happen to you. So it's a good example to show you. And then if I just refresh the page, it should take me back in without that blue bar that across the whole section. So you can see there, I've now got my inner section that I've added in. I don't have that annoying blue bar that wasn't meant to be there. Now what I'm going to do to make a content section is I'm going to delete the other column. What you can do is have two columns, so you might have a text editor there, and you might have perhaps an image over here, and that might be a good use of having that two column set up. In this case, I don't actually want this second column. I want to have all of my text over here. Now the reason for that is I want to give this inner section, so you've got the main section which is here, which has the sort of all the other bits in. I want to actually give this a separate background, so that the content section then has a different background behind it. So to do that, I'm selecting the section as a whole. I'm going to the Style tab. I'm going to go for a classic background, and the colour, I'm going to say it's going to be, I kind of want it to be grey. It's a light grey though. Obviously I'll change the text colour so it doesn't look like that. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then in our text box, I'll go to Style, Text Colour. I'm going to make that black. Yes, I think that worked. Perfect. And then in here, I'm going to do one. In fact, there's a number list here. Here we go. So 1, section 1, 2, section 2. Okay, so this is. Oh, we probably want it to have a contents title. So at the top, instead of being in paragraph, I'm going to change it to heading 3, which should give you the default VIMwiki heading font. I'm going to say contents section. There we go. Great. Okay. So that at the moment is just some text that we've added in that says contents. I'm then going to perhaps take a heading here. I'm going to put it in. I want it in my main section. I can't quite get it in. Oh, there it is. There we go. So as you saw there, I was struggling to get it. There's two different sections, so I was struggling to get it into the main section rather than this section. What you can also do, if you press Navigator at the bottom left here, it might be a little bit easier. So if I just delete this and show you it, it's sometimes a bit easier to do that. So we can see that this is the inner section, so we can minimise that, and then you've got the outer section here. So where I drag my my heading in, where is it? There. I might want to just put it. Oh, I can't do that. Never mind, you can't do that. So you want to make sure you get it there, and then you can select. You can see where it is. Oh, I see. Then so once it's there, you could drag it around in here. So if I wanted to move it into the inner section, I can move it in there, or obviously I want it outside the inner section. So sorry. So when it wants to work, I shall move it. We'll just start that again. Okay, right. So you can do it in there. It's a bit small at the moment. So I'll just move it on here. There we go. So what I also want to do is probably put a bit of spacing in between the contents and there. So I'm going to add in a divider. You could also do a spacer. Spacer is just the same thing but without the line, so I quite like it having lines on there, so that's all good. So we're going to call this section 1. And then the other thing we're going to want to do is add what's called a menu anchor in there. So if we put that in just above the section 1 text here. So we're going to give that a hashtag. Now this menu anchor won't actually appear on your page. What this menu anchor does is it can link back to the contents to tell it where to link to. So I'm just going to call it hashtag section 1. And then in the same way I'm going to highlight my section 1 text over here in the contents, insert a URL, but instead of a proper URL I'm just going to insert the same hashtag section 1. What that now does is whenever you click that, it will then move to this header item here, this menu anchor, and it will put that at the top of the page. And we'll do the same with section 2 when we get there. Great, so I'm going to, this is my section, so I'm going to put an image in. We can just say, we don't need to upload a new one, we'll just say that it's this lovely image of some coins. Excellent, so that's my section 1, great. Obviously you could add in any more of the items over here that you wanted. You could add in a video, a button, a link to Google Maps if you really wanted. I'm not sure why you would, but if you did. So once you're done with that, we want to create section 2. So again, I'm going to put a divider in, and then I'm going to put another menu anchor in. Menu anchor. And we'll just call that hashtag section 2. And again, we'll go back to our contents page section and we'll add in the same hashtag. And you get the idea. Then you obviously add in your header. I'll just add in a header for this one so we don't take forever doing this. Section 2. Great, so what we've done there is we've created a page. With the contents section, we've added in some menu anchors so that we can add the different contents in, and we've added in 2 sections. If you press the preview changes button at the bottom left here, it'll load up your page as a user would see it. So you can see the menu anchors have disappeared. This is just now just your page. So section 1, if you press it, will take you to section 1, section 2. It would put section 2 at the top, but of course it goes off the page because it's quite a small page. So those are some of the things you can do. Do have a play around with the different options over here. You can put various different things in there. If you're really advanced, you can actually put your own HTML in there. So if you search for HTML, you've got an HTML widget, you drag that in, and then you literally paste your HTML code in there, and that will then render whatever you put in. So you can also do that if you were that way inclined. Same as before, once you're done, you press the submit button, and that will go off to be reviewed by the admin team, ready for publishing. I've also forgotten to give my page a title, so do make sure that you give it a proper title in here, otherwise as you can see it's just called Elementor number whatever. So my page, should call that. So as you see, I'd already submitted it, but because no one's gone in to review it yet, I can make all these changes and I can update it, and that will still take effect before publishing, so you're all good to go. So yeah, that's how to edit. If you do have any questions, please do ask in the VIMwiki editors channel. Everyone's more than happy to help. Yeah, hope to see you soon.